It's Friday, February 28th. I'm Caroline Vincent in for Ike Morgan. Let's go ahead and jump into today's news. The fate of the Hanceville Police Department is still uncertain after a, quote, culture of corruption. The fate of the Hanceville Police Department remains uncertain after the City Council on Thursday delayed a vote on the possible ending of the department following a dispatcher's death, multiple deaths, and a grand jury accusation of corruption. The council voted to meet again to discuss whether to keep a municipal police force at a special called meeting on March 10th at the Hanceville Civic Center. The move came after council members heard from many residents on Thursday's regularly scheduled meeting about the recent indictments of the chief of police, several officers, and an officer's wife. During more than 2 hours of public speakers, the city council listened to a litany of past complaints against Hanceville police officers for misconduct and brutality, some of which brought members of the audience to tears. Hanceville's police chief, 51-year-old Jason Marlin, is charged along with officers Cody Allen Keslow, Drew Shelnut, Jason Wilbanks, Aaron Michael Kelso, and his wife, Donna Kelso. The Alabama Parole Board is questioning the release of a dying prisoner after he has served his life for marijuana. The head of Alabama Parole Board on Thursday questioned why the state should grant parole to a 68-year-old dying man who served 11 years of a life sentence for growing marijuana in Florala. William Hank Taylor is already home on medical furlough because Alabama Prison Commissioner John Hamm deemed him safe enough to die at home. Medical furlough is a separate process by the Alabama Department of Corrections, which allows certain inmates who are permanently incapacitated or dying to be conditionally released and receive their medical treatments at home. But the parole board chairperson, Lee Guithani, questioned that decision on Thursday during Taylor's parole hearing. Taylor had last been denied parole in August 2023, a year when the parole board routinely denied nearly every eligible inmate, releasing only 8%. He was set to wait the maximum amount of time until his next hearing until August 2028. Despite the 5-year wait until his next hearing, his lawyer was able to get him an earlier hearing due to his medical issues under what's called medical parole. Medical furlough is used rarely in Alabama and is considered a relief valve to free up vital bed space and medical staff time. Over the last 10 years, an average of just 7 people were placed on medical furlough each year. Lastly, an Alabama boycott is helping inspire today's economic blackout. Over the past year, Black Americans have followed their ancestors' footsteps by turning their spending power into a tool of protest. And today marks the start of a 24-hour economic blackout organized by the People's Union USA. From midnight Friday to midnight Saturday, the grassroots organization encourages Americans to not spend any money online or in stores. Debit or credit card purchases are also discouraged. The blackout kicks off a series of events involving week-long boycotts aimed at major retailers such as Amazon and Walmart. While multiple boycotts are being strategized, social media users are praising the success of the Montgomery bus boycotts in Alabama. The 381-day mass protest was originally supposed to be a one-day event organized by Alabama State University educator Joanne Robinson and Black-led Women's Political Council. After enduring a racist incident on the city's segregated buses, Robinson warned city officials of a boycott in May 1954. Montgomery City buses remained empty for a year. Researchers believe the bus system lost between $30,000 to $40,000 in bus fares each day during the boycott. The economic impact of the protest was the result of community effort. On December 20th, 1956, the U.S. Supreme Court upheld a lower court ruling that outlawed segregated public transportation. Buses were integrated the next day, marking a major victory for the civil rights movement. That's all for today's news. Have a good weekend and join us back here on Monday.